So today in my little box I have Ephemera. If you watched the video that Margaret did at the end of August on the Happy Mail and the journal I had sent her, there were pieces like little frames like this one that are quite hard, and it was suggested that I had used glossy accents. I did use it before. It's a great product, but it takes a long time to dry. And so I switched over to another process, which is resin. So it's UV resin that makes that hard finish. And I use it on a lot of things and in different ways. Here you have a very thick layer of resin. Here you have a much lighter level of resin. And on some pictures, which I probably will not find just now, I've only applied the resin with a brush. So it's a very, very light amount of resin, but I have probably used them all already. This is glossy accent, I think. So yeah, you'll see here I have pictures, I have portraits, but I've also used them on landscapes. Obviously it needs not to be too big. Well, then again, it's up to you. If you want to use a lot of resin, that's up to you. I use it on crosswords. I use it on, do we have? Yeah, Sudoku solutions. I use it on, sorry for my inky fingers. I use it on little pieces like this. Anything that I want to put to what's the word, to come out, then I will use a bit of resin. Makes them shine, it makes them nice to touch. Yes, what else have I done? I can do objects, I can do really, I did use it on some Tim Holtz bits and pieces. I use it on little numbers. Here is a number 5. I have used it to try to make dangles. Well, it works. I have used it on the medal, on very, very different things. But this is a lighter piece of resin. I'm not sure that it will show on the camera that it's lighter. But you can do, yeah, a lot of anything you want, really. You just need to be cautious, obviously, because resin can be toxic. So I would recommend that you do it in the room with an open window. When you buy a set of a couple of resin bottles, they will provide you with glasses, which you should use because you're not to watch the light of the lamp too much. I personally use this kind of lamp. All of this I purchased on Amazon. I'm not going to give you the link because we live in different countries, but you know, UV lamp, UV resin, you just make a search and you see which one you like best. I would recommend to get a strong UV lamp because otherwise it takes a long time to dry. So yeah, so we know which tools we need. Now we need packaging material. Here I have a couple of Amazon envelopes. I have packages from sweets, packages from biscuits, yeah, and different sizes of Amazon envelopes. Here I have a big one. Back to me, and that's really up to you. The thickness is for you to decide. it depends on the use of what I'm going to do with the little bits and pieces. For the big pieces, I will use the sturdier envelopes, and for sorry, little pieces like this, I would use probably this kind of cardstock that is a bit lighter, because this I will probably glue on a page somewhere, but these big pieces like this one or this one, I will use them as a tuck spot or a pocket. And I will show you this once we've done them. I will show you how I use them in a journal. Okay, so I'm going to glue a couple of items, not everything, because my video would be 2 hours long and not that fascinating. So I'm just going to do a couple, and then I will do the rest off camera. So I use glue stick, good glue stick, because otherwise you will have issue when you will put the UV lamp on. And I find that anyway, cheap glue stick in the long run is not worth, because it doesn't last. Your things will come off. So yeah, be careful to what glue you use. What are you? No, you are not going to do. Let me see, a little piece. So I use anything from, this is a vintage toy catalog. Then I have, let me see, because I have recent things as well. Underneath, I know, not everything needs to be vintage. I have taken out parts, pictures of a, the word is not, a book on art. So, on history of art. And then again, these little pieces, I will fussy cut out once I will have placed the resin. But that's the next step. So, let's focus on the first one. Again, piece of a toy catalog. There you go. Here I have little cups. You don't care if they're upside down or not, because you're anyway, you know, going to cut them out. So you just glue them as you wish. And my fingers that were already inky are now gluing. Let me take a wet wipe. There. There. Here I have a plate. And the reason why I don't fussy cut them out, well, some I do and some I don't. Some I already had fussy cut and probably didn't think I was going to use in that way, is because with the heat, if your pieces are, how can I explain this? I'm just going to put resin on the blue part. I am not going to put resin on the black part. And then I'm going to fussy out the part that has resin. And if this wasn't glued, the image would tend to bend, which is not necessarily what I want. So, will you fit? Yes, you will. And if not, I'll cut you down. Here we are. Again, gluing on the border, it doesn't matter. You can, because as the result will be stiff, you won't see the border beneath it. The fold of the border, I mean. I have also tiny, tiny little bits and pieces. There were prices in the catalog, so they make, when they don't stick on my glue book, they make great little numbers to use. Come on, it's not on my finger you need to glue. I want something small. Why not something like this? This is an image of a coin. And I think it will look better, not necessarily real, but better with a little resin on. Again, this is a toy. The snoring behind me is actually my dog. Well, it's one of my dogs, that's Sammy, who snores like a human. And he is only not even 5 kilos. He's a tiny dog. He's my cutesy. I love him so much. So here I will use bigger pieces. Oops. Yeah, I'm sorry about the dog. There's nothing I can do. And it wants to be by my side 24/7, which is fine by me. This is a breed. It's called Griffon bruxellois, and it's a breed that is over-attached to their person. And that happens to be me. And I always said that I wanted one. You should Google them. Griffon bruxellois. They look like, yeah, it's a mix between a dog and a monkey. And yeah, they're a bit weird. And I always said this will be my sort of last dog when I'll be retired. Because when I was working a lot. So I was not often home, and he would have been really, really unhappy. They really can't manage being alone. Whoops. So as it happens that I'm not working anymore, I was lucky enough to find one at a breeder's, and which is again something I said I would never do again, get a dog at a breeder, because there are far too many dogs in shelters. But don't know why, I called the breeder and I asked her, do you have puppies? She said, yes, I've got two boys. But one of them I cannot sell because he only has one testy. And so she was not allowed to sell it. And I said, really? So what are you going to do with him? And she said, well, I'm giving it away. I said, you're giving it away? And then 2 days after I went to get him. And yeah, I just love him to death. And as I've always had at least 2 dogs, never just one, and that my big dog had died, we got him a friend from somebody who didn't want it anymore, so we have a Spitz. I was looking for a specific breed, it just happened to be a Spitz. And we've had to neuter them both, because in a couple of, actually next week, we'll be welcoming a dog coming from a shelter. And she's a big puppy. And maybe she's going to eat them both, because she's a big breed. She's a mixed breed, actually. So, yeah, really looking forward to having her with us. I need another piece of cardstock. There. So what I think I'll do in all the my English and my tongue went on holidays together and got drunk. what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and keep on gluing. And once I've glued everything and everything is dried, I'll come back to you so that we can start with the resin part. See you in a bit. And I'm back. So everything is dried, and we're now going to get a couple of pieces of cardboard on which we've glued things, if I can find them. There they are. I put it on this one and this one, and we'll see what techniques. Actually, just one sheet will be enough. We can use. So on little parts like this, I will actually use a brush like this one. It's a very cheap brush. I will get my resin, and I will just put a little bit of resin on the images, and I'm just going to spread it with my brush. You don't need to be extremely precise because you can cut it off afterwards. You will fussy cut. So here. If you don't put enough, funny enough, it takes it's hard to dry for a reason that I don't know. So I don't want to put too much, but I also don't want to put not enough. How to see whether it's enough or not enough, I can't really tell you. So it's more of a error by trial sort of thing. Needs to be a bit shiny, I would say. One. There. I'm going to put a little bit more. I think we should be good. There. So I'm going to set my brush aside. I'm going to take the lamp, so please wear the glasses and wear a mask. And then you just hit with the UV lamp. I can't tell you how long it takes to cure because it depends on the type of resin you use. This one is rather fast, and in order to check for me whether it's cured or not, I'll just tap it lightly with my little tool. Don't know if you can hear, but it sounds like if I was hitting on plastic. When it's not cured, if you gently put your tip of your finger here, you'll see that it's sort of gluey, and that means that it's not okay. You need to wait. And I don't know why when you put a very thin layer, it takes longer to dry. You'll see when I put a thick layer, it won't take as much time. You need to be careful because you put your finger, it will leave a fingerprint if it's not dry. There, I think it's cured. So I'll turn my lamp off and I'll just show you. So I don't know if you can see. It's shiny. I like it because it has bubbles. I don't like when things are perfect. I like them to be imperfect. So, and if you tap on it, you know, you can hear that it's cured. Okay, so that was how I do it with a brush. Let me do another one with a brush. I'll do the shoe. And you can cut through it when it's not too thick. Sometimes even when it's thick. So, but yeah, resins are a bit different from one another. Oh, I think it's okay. I get my my images from well, these are antique fashion magazines. This is from a vintage one, not fashion actually. It's Le Chasseur Français. It's a magazine. This again is a vintage one, I would say. It's probably in the 50s or so. I like to work with old paper, but I also work with images taken from encyclopedias, just as these little cups. Don't know what to do with my brush anymore. So this one is cured. I'm just going to check. It is cured. Okay, so let me show you. I'm just going to put the brush on the side, clean it a little bit, so I don't put resin everywhere. Now for a bigger piece, and this one I'm going to use as a pocket, I'm just going to apply the resin in a thick fashion. So yeah, I'm trying to be precise, but if I'm not able to, well, that's just the way it will have to be. It's a bit like going back to school, where you need to draw within the lines. I have a lot of resin pieces already. I tend to do, yeah, maybe 1 batch, 2 batches a year, but big batches. And yeah, I put resin on little pieces of advertisement, on anything that I find pretty, and I think that it would look good if it had a bit of resin. See, it makes this black shoe shine, and I think it looks better than it did without resin. Okay. I'm not talking because I'm concentrated. Oopla. I'm trying not to take too much time to do it, because otherwise it will spread outside of the lines of the image. Well, I think this is it. Oops. Just going to put the excess over there. And we're now going to cure it. Like when you can see the little bubbles, some of them will disappear, some of them won't disappear. So my little pokey tool, not pokey. See, here it didn't make sound, so it's not cured. And now it does. So I'm just going to go around it one more time, just to make sure. Okay. So I'm just going to test with my finger. No gluey. There we go. I'm going to make one of the little cups. It's harder when the pieces are smaller. Just a little angle. And there we go. This one is done. I will cut through this, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I've shown you the process. I'm going to finish all of them, and then I will fussy cut them out and I'll show you the results. And we will try to put them in some of them in a journal. See you in a bit. And I'm back. So I have fussy cut most of them, so I'm quite pleased with the result. So we have a variety of sort of items, and I'm back. So we have, as you can see, I changed jumper, so it's the next day. I have fussy cut most of the pieces. I must say I've changed resin, and this one is quite nice because it's more flexible than the other brand I had. So this is what it looks like, all shiny. This is the famous label I've cut the parts of. Here we have oh, the word doesn't come to mind, une affiche, so sort of a painting, I guess. The lady, and she looks quite nice. A plate, a piece of the 1800 fashion, another one. So I'm not going to show them all. The bits and pieces, you see, tiny numbers. Oops, this is really tiny. Like this, etc., 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 etc. So now, how to use them in the journal? Well, yeah, I have prepared somewhere journal pages, and that's about all for my organization of the day. Just to show you what I do in my journals, I use dictionary paper, French dictionary papers, but they are very, very thin. So I glue two together, and then normally I do this page by page, but for the sake of the video I've added my background, the four. And yeah, this is what I do. So now it's just a matter of finding which piece we want on where. And I quite like this lady. And I had an idea. I had it yesterday actually. And I had another piece of film that I can't quite find. So this is a negative. It's an old one. I think it was used in schools. And you find them sort of easily on eBay. And I thought that maybe we could have sort of a belly band like this with, whoops, the lady on top. And then we can put things under the belly band. So I think that's what I will do, and then we will look on how to decorate the rest of the page. Okay, so my film, I'm going to cut it just where I want it to be. So I wanted to go a little over my head and a little bit below. Up. There we go. And you can glue them down, but it takes quite a while. What I like to do is put an eyelet, so I'm sure that everything sticks in place. So I'm going to take my crocodile, oops, and I'm going to punch a hole where I want it to be, if it will let me. That's why it didn't let me. So not too close to the edge of the page, like this. Then I'm going to get an eyelet. Let me see what I have here in my little box. I have bigger boxes somewhere. Actually, this would be nice if I have two of them. I do. There we go. So, first one, maybe here, through the page, that's better, and then like so. That's number one. Let's go with number two. Again, not too close to the border. Second eyelid. And I can't see what I'm doing, so hopefully that will be okay. And there we go. All set. So now the lady. I'm going to ink it all around. Somewhere should be one that stay. There it is. I'm going blind as well. So just the edges so that you don't see the original color of the cardstock. You just do it the best you can, because sometimes when it's fussy cut it's not easy to get in some parts. Here she only has partial feet. Well, that's how the image was, so I cannot do miracles. Yeah, I'm going to put it more or less, you know, the feet in the middle. No, and the cat is coming. Oust, allez, pousse-toi, Sissi. And I'm just going to glue this lady onto my film. So I'll take belly out for this. So I know that the feet to fit. And hopefully that should be enough. Enough glue. not very straight today. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I remember to close my ink. I remember to put the tap on my glue. Now this is a good day. While it's drying, I need to think about some extra decorations. So let me think. I don't want to add another resin piece because I believe that will be too much. So are we set? We are set. Did I glue the film on the page? No, I didn't. I could add a bit more glue, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, so ephemera. Let's see. I have little albums. Photo albums in which I've put lots of different pieces of ephemera. I don't have a real system. I have these kind of things, and then I have pouches like this and bigger ones. So it's either left over from a project for the pouches, or here, you know, as long as I just put things as I go. What would be nice with the lady? No, we don't want paintings. Might be that I don't find anything here, but I can't quite prepare things because I never know what it is that I'm going to like. Now that could be one. And I don't have a good reason to choose what I'm choosing. It's just because I feel like it, really. Or maybe we could use a bare bond sort of thingy. I'm not sure whether I have some. Ooh! Don't slip. Not sure whether I have any here. This is going to take me a lot of time. Birdie. Okay, let me see all bonds to find the right color then. I don't think I have any other ones. Nope, but I have some. Well, it's always like this when I have an idea, then it takes me quite some time to find the right thing. Okay, I know I have red ones somewhere, but I also know that I will not find them, so let's get two random ones, well actually a lot of random ones, and let's see what we can do. Could be this one, which I like, or it could be this one, which I also like. Haha. You or you. I think I'm going to go ahead. Come on, go on. With this one. Okay, so this comes from an encyclopedia or a dictionary from the early 1900s. I'm not going to use my Uhu glue because I couldn't find the cap, so it has dried. So we'll just go ahead with a little art glitter glue. on. Here. And there. And maybe we need a little red stamp. I think that would be good. Now, stamps. Should have some on my desk. There. Look at that. It's either this one or actually it could be both. So let's go ahead. There we go. Don't know if you can hear my dog snoring. He's so little, but he snores so loudly. When you look at him, it's quite impossible to believe that that sound is coming out of him. Well, that was funny. On Instagram, I had a lady who commented on the picture I posted of my dogs once they were neutered, and she recognized the brand of this little dog, which is a Brussels Griffon. And let me tell you that not a lot of people know these kind of dogs. So, not too bad, I think. I will not decorate more because we have these stamps already on that document. So I think that's quite nice. I'm happy with it. Yup, maybe, no, maybe not. Yeah, I could put a little tape here. A little, if I can reach it. A little tape like this. No, I'm not going to put the whole bit, don't worry. I'm going to cut it into there. There. But in my mind, if I put one on the bottom, I need to put one on the top as well. Again, it's a me thing. Okay, I'm playing bowling with my glues. There. So let's take the other part. Cut it way shorter. And I'm going to do this. Am I? There. So there we are. I'm happy. Let's do another one. So let me grab another page. The reason for that being that I don't want too many resin pieces on the same signature. And let's see. See, quite like that. That one would be nice as well. Could also be a tuck spot. Let me see if I can find. But it could also be not a dark spot. Maybe we do something else than a dark spot. We just glue it here, and then I will find something to put at the bottom. Yeah, I think that's the way I will go. So, and actually I think I know what I'm going to put underneath. I'm going to use a strip of postcard. The tricky part being finding the one that is suitable. At least in my mind. I have an extra part of label that I don't need. I want some glue right at the border because I want this to be as flat as possible. And the excess glue I'll just wipe out with a wet wipe. Okay, now I have to hold for a couple of seconds. I'm not going to make you wait. I'll see you in a bit. Here we are. It's glued. Now I had this little tag price that I wanted to add. At first I thought I was going to add it on the dress, but then it will come, the piece will be too bulky, I think. So I'm just going to glue it next to it. And as you can see, I'm gluing a part of my finger as well, because why not? Could have put it on the bottom, could have put it somewhere else. It's just, yeah, what my hands decided to do. And now I've lost my wet wipe. No, I've not. It's there. I love this background paper. It comes from an atlas. It's quite an old one. Belonged to a man who was born in the late 1800s. And one of my best friends gifted it to me. We went flea marketing, let's put it that way. And I found it, and then I thought, no, it's too expensive for what it, you know, I thought it was not worth it. And then after all, she went back inside without telling me, and she gifted it to me. And no, she's not crying because she knew exactly what I was going to do with it. Let me see if I have another border bunch. I do. Yeah, I want this one. So I need to cut it just a little bit. It's a tattoo. Come on. Clean your scissors. There. So really not much. And it's not straight because I cannot cut straight. Okay. So I have tape all over my fingers and it just won't go away. So that way. Don't ask me why that way. It's just I've decided it would be that way. Okay. Kiss it. Oh, come on. I knew I would have a gap. I knew it. Let's see if it works that way. Woohoo. Now, did it work? Oh, God. Who knew that to craft you had to be physically in shape, which I'm not. Oh God, I've done it after all. Yes, Sophie, why not? So this is where I wanted to go. Chosen that one because it was a bit dark, and I think it brings the dresses out. So a little bit of ink, not too much, it's not necessary. Okay, a little bit of glue. And we'll have a little pocket here. Bye bye, gentlemen. It's not that we don't like you, but we can't please everyone today. There, wet wipe. Oops. And there it is. Again, do we need something bit of color? We could put another stamp, I guess, and or a label. But I already have this as a label. I'm not too keen on adding another one. Okay, little stamp. You could actually have a one like this, and maybe together with you. Yep. And I need something to put there. I'm going to ink this one because it's too white. This is a little booklet of stamps that I found when I went thrifting in Rotterdam. I found so many little treasures there. Things that I don't find here. And much cheaper, I must say. Not that I didn't have stamps. I have a lot, but I only have, I have mainly French ones, let's put it that way. And thought that was very convenient that they were in a small album, so that I don't have to pick up my big box all the time. Here. I want something there. What do I want there? Let me see my little box of shame. We have a label. We have a label. Or we have this. I think that's quite nice to be put a label anyway. Ah, come on. That's a Team Holtz label, I think. Let me ink everything and decide. And last but not least, we're going to use another piece of resin, but not a big one, just to show you what you can do with it another way. But I'm sure you'll find other ways to use them, because I don't have the the French words are there, not the English ones. Apanage, the exclusivity, let's put it that way, of where to put resin pieces in the journal. I'd like to know if you make any. If you could show me, that would be great. That would be absolutely lovely. Good, brilliant. I like it. Okay, so the last one. Did I put a resin piece in this one? No, I didn't. That's not finished. It's a couple of pages I made yesterday, so that's not, I'm not too sure what I want to put there. I need to think of it. But here we have a whole page, and what I need to do, we have 2 plates. What else do we have? Did I only make 2 plates? I know I had more. We have a vase. Let me put aside the ones I do not want to use. See, this one, I've used it in previous journals, and but I'm not sure I had put resin in it, and I just glued it like this. Made a collage in the background and just used this as a pocket, and I quite like that. If I were to use this one, I would actually put it like this, because it's way too big to put that way. So to put it there as a side pocket, or yeah, it's not a belly band, it's a side pocket. And this one I would use like this and put something else with a pocket beneath it. I think the same with this one. This one I would use again as a thingy like this, pocket. We've done her friend, we've done her friend. What else do we, again, little piece. You would have to find something else to put with it, because it's a bit empty otherwise, I think. Her, I would actually put something along, well, I can do this one, can't I? Let me see, I need to find fabric, but not just any fabric. The fabric I want. Okay, we have the vintagey one. No. New. Let me just gather another couple of pieces. Oh, that's it. So, I don't think I want that one. So, no. Do I want the blue one, which has its beginning there? That's already nicer. Maybe I could put her here and then put something there. I would put a glue it at the bottom. So that's good, we like that one. Let's audition. This one. Nope. And then this one, which is okay. Do we like the blue one better? I think we do like the blue one better. Just, I don't know, it looks happier. Okay, let me put all this back in my drawers. And here we come. We need a little piece. Ah, the long scissors. Now I can feel my pain. Schnitzel. Schnitzel, but where are... Okay, this one will do. Okay. Oops. Okay. So first, we glue it. sides and at the bottom. Yeah. Let's glue my fingers a bit more. There we are. Gluey, gluey, gluey. Did I ink her? No, I didn't. A little bit of ink. I think I'm quite safe if I put glue up until there. And which way? There. And now it's just a matter of finding something that I could put here. I could put that there. It's an advertising for hair removal cream. Okay, that one is too. Do I want to round the corners? Maybe I do. Small setting. Oh God, come on, Sophie. Yeah. So this is just an old ad that I glued on cardstock. I'm going to put glue just at the top edge. I realized I use the word talk or talk spots a lot. But sorry, I do a lot of them, so here. I think I want a bit of this, which is fabric tape. I want a bit. I think I've used it in another video already. I had a whole stash, lots of colors, and now, yeah, my stash has gone down. Let's put another bit here. And then I'm going to find a nice image to put in the middle there. Be back in a second. So after auditioning quite a bit, this is what I came up with. There's no rule, there's no style. I mean, my journals are eclectic. I found this old piece of a magazine, and I liked the image here. I found a stamp, a French stamp with a bit of lace, which I thought was nice. And I don't think in terms of what can I put with this. No, it's just I found the piece and I tried and I thought, yeah, that's great. And I wanted something else. And I've had this picture of an egg for ages now. And yeah, I just thought, why not? Yeah. The way I think is not because, is why not? and that's it. So here we are. This is my page. So I hope that you will try this process and that you will enjoy it as much as I do. So thank you for watching. Take care and see you next time.